And welcome back, everyone, to Hybrid Movies, episode 63. I'm your host, as always, Nick, and I'm joined by Michael.
How's it going, everyone? Glad to be back on another episode. I missed all of your voices.
I know, right? And we also got James.
Hi, Dilio, neighborinos. How are my favorite neighbors doing?
Moving on, though, we did have another story. This is an exclusive, an interview I did with... Exclusive interview with RoboCop Returns writer-producer Michael Miner, who also worked on the original film with Ed Neumeyer. I got to talk to him. It was a pretty cool interview. The guy's really nice. He teaches screenwriting, actually, at UC Santa Barbara. So if anyone lives down here in California, go take screenwriting there, so you can learn some interesting stuff. But anyways, in our discussion about the new RoboCop film, he actually revealed a lot of interesting details about it. He revealed, for one, that there's going to be augmented villains that are kind of, enhancing themselves without the help of doctors and stuff. He's really excited about Neill Blomkamp's take on it. I think he's rewriting the script with his partner Justin Rhodes, who just worked on the Terminator movie. And let's see what else he revealed. He also revealed that the idea is to get Peter Weller back with like a CG type thing, where they're basically going to CG his face and have the voice through RoboCop. But they'll probably have somebody else stand in, I guess. I mean, they do that all the time nowadays, though. They can CG anything. I mean, they CG'd Sam Jackson, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but Sam Jackson looks the same. Has looked the same age for like 30 years.
Oh yeah. What? Yeah, that kind of surprised me. I don't know why they CG'd him. Couldn't they just done like some makeup or something and made him?
Yeah, they got the mouse money.
Yeah. They can do that. Except speaking of CG, the CG in Rogue One didn't really look good for Peter Cushing. Remember?
With Rogue One, like Peter Cushing definitely stood out. But I will say this, compared to what they did with Leia at the end,
oh god,
I'll take Peter Cushing over that, because the Leia just looked.
That was like a floating head.
Oh, just unsettling. Like they should. I mean, they should. The least they could have done was just keep her face hidden.
Right.
You could have kept the voice, you could have kept the one line, but yeah, no. But anyways, back to the whole Peter Weller, RoboCop.
Yes, Peter Weller. They want him back. I think that's the only way you can do it, with him back.
So, kind of like what they did with Schwarzenegger for Terminator Genesis?
I think so.
Or because there was that 2014 movie, no?
Who? Oh no, that was Joel.
There was a 2014.
That was Rick Flag from Suicide Squad. He was RoboCop in that one.
But if they're putting Peter Weller's face, like, are they gonna de-age him? Or
that's the thing I'm curious about, because Michael said that originally in their draft, which is being rewritten again, so this can change, but in their version, it was essentially they jumped 30 years after the original film. RoboCop was in suspended animation, and he was reanimated, but apparently, according to Neill and Justin Rhodes, who are working on it now, they're doing this thing where it's a non-specific date, still retro, a day after tomorrow, as he describes it. I'm assuming they'd have to de-age him in some way.
Interesting choice to just keep it sort of vague and just like another day story popping up.
Right. Let's see. And then I did ask about the other character, Officer Lewis, who was played famously by Nancy Allen in the original film. And it looks like they are trying to get her back, because she got killed off in RoboCop 3. Obviously they weren't involved with that movie, but I think it makes sense to bring her back. She's like the one human character that could connect to him, so I think that it would be smart to bring her back. But I don't know, James, what are your thoughts on this movie, this whole RoboCop sequel?
With those kind of details, I want to say that it sounds like it's going to be a pretty good project. I wonder how Paul Verhoeven feels about it, because RoboCop was his movie for a large part, and sort of like the direction that he went with it, how over the top and violent it was.
Yeah, that famous scene where the executive gets shot by Ed Stein. It's just like his body's just exploding, blood flying everywhere. Man, I miss the 80s.
I do too.
Well, Nick, don't worry. The 80s is always coming back in remakes of those exact franchises.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to go there. I don't miss that.
Remember, like there are two, there are two ways of going at this. There's two endpoints. So
Okay.
you either take one path and you go from Terminator to Terminator Genesis, or
Okay.
you take another path and you go from Blade Runner to Blade Runner 2049.
Ooh, but James,
What's the
there's
third?
a third. You go from Ghostbusters to Ghostbusters.
The new movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is something, yeah. Let me see here. So, actually, I was going to mention the villains he talked about. So, when we originally interviewed Ed Newmeyer in January, he teased that the villains, one was going to be from the corporate world, and one was going to be like an augmented sort of human or something. Michael said that in his version, there was a centaur-like monster, sort of like cyborg villain, called the Mule. But I believe Justin Rhodes, who's rewriting it, is taking a different direction, but they are kind of using the whole steampunk body horror idea, the cyborg thing. It actually, I mentioned to him, it kind of reminds me of like Alita Battle Angel. You know, they had all those cyborg villains, like the weird, like, the girl with the knife hands and stuff like that. It kind of sounds like that almost.
Okay, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think RoboCop, he really deserves a good sequel, because the 2 and 3 were awful. 2 has some redeeming qualities to it, but it just strike it from the history.
I kind of see RoboCop 2 as like, it's so weird with a lot of these 80s movies. Like the first one's always good, but the second one, isn't as good, but for some strange reason you kind of have a soft spot. Like Ghostbusters 2 or Predator 2.
Not with Aliens.
I actually like Predator. I like Predator too. Aliens is brilliant.
Too, yeah. Aliens, that's the anomaly. And Empire Strikes Back too,
and
I guess.
And Terminator Judgment Day.
That was 91.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm going 80s, early 90s.
All right. Well, yeah, there's that too. So, like I said, obviously they tried to do the whole remake. We talked about in 2014. They had Joel Kinnaman. It just didn't work out. They went in a direction that they shouldn't have with RoboCop. They tried to take it seriously and play it more straightforward. But I think you need that kind of level of satire to it, which is what Neill Blomkamp supposedly wants to bring to it. He wants to make it feel like if Paul Verhoeven did do a true sequel to the movie. So I'm looking forward to it. Michael, any thoughts? Are you familiar with the franchise? Any hopes for this movie?
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty familiar, but I'm a little bit more excited just from the synopsis and from what they've been telling you. Also because Neill Blomkamp is attached. I'm a fan of his work and for the stuff that he's done, like District 9 and stuff. So, and he seems passionate about it too, which gets me excited.
Yeah.
Just the process they've been going through, and they're not taking all their ideas from the previous script out, but they're just sort of tweaking them and putting their own flair to it. I like what they're doing, and I hope it makes money and does well. I mean, the 2014 one, I think it was like $100 million, the budget, and they made like just under 250. So maybe we'll see big numbers like 500 plus. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, I hope it doesn't go the way of Dread, where it's like it's a good movie but nobody sees it.
Yeah,
Because that would suck.
I know, that's always the downside.
But that movie had like horrible marketing though. I think that was Lionsgate, and they just screwed that one up.
Yeah.
I think they.
Or maybe people just had too many bad memories of Stallone.
That too, yeah. Stallone, you ruined that, and Rob Schneider, like your carrot guy in that movie, just ruined Judge Dredd forever. Now he's gonna go to TV, which should be interesting. Post your thoughts down in the comments below, but I think that is going to round out the episode, so thank you guys for tuning in to episode 63. If you guys have questions for us, you can always drop them down in the comment section or on social media with the hashtag AskHybridMovies. If you want to follow me on social media and talk about movies, you can find me at who's_Nick. James, where can they find you?
So they can find me on Twitter at HairBeverage, and believe it or not, the Hybrid Network actually found me on Instagram.
Yes.
They found me on Instagram. I am at Bevs1865.
Okay.
And if you first see a stormtrooper, don't worry. There's a real good reason for that.
All right. And Michael, where can they find you?
Yes. Y'all can find me over at FailWhale34 on all platforms. It's not farewell, as a lot of people think when I tell them over the phone. It's actually fail whale.
I know. Remember, we kept trying to call it Comic-Con. They kept saying farewell. They're like,
and I'm like, no, it's like fail as in failing, like my life, and whale, like the mammal, and then Paul Pierce 34. So
yeah, okay. So yeah, that's been the show. We'll catch you guys next time.
Adios.